Time to discuss today's top stories with Tom Swarbrick and Trisha Goddard. Lovely glasses.
Good morning, both of you.
There's some good glasses etiquette here, isn't there?
There is.
I
like yours.
Yes.
Very chic.
Can we quick question?
Yeah.
Teachers that inspire you that you'd like to thank?
Oh.
Mr. Walton.
What did Mr. Walton
Year 6. He was the form teacher in Year 6. He was a legend. He was the nicest man, had time for everybody. Mr. Walton, you're a hero.
Ledge.
I have to say my English teacher, she literally saved my life. I mean, she spotted through my writing, Mrs. Millard, Alison Millard, at Sir William Perkins School. And she was just amazing. She's the reason I finally got into journalism.
Yes. Wow.
And my whole career.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because Sharon's was an English teacher, mine was an English teacher. We've all ended up in this world. My drama teacher, Mr. Punter, was amazing as well. And there's so many you can thank. It's lovely that we can do it.
Yeah, for sure. OK, let's start off with the big story. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said that Labour must push through a package of welfare reforms that will include cutting PIP and sickness-related universal credit. Tom, this is going to affect everybody, isn't it?
It's going to affect a lot of people, unfortunately. It's quite a lot of money that's coming off the bill, about £5 billion by 2030. And there are people who could lose more than £10,000 a year, depending on where those cuts fall. And they will go, unfortunately, in some of the poorer parts of the country, where there are lots of people who are on incapacity benefit, out-of-work benefit. The real difficult thing with this is it probably needs to happen. We are going to spend as a country so much money over the course of the next few years on welfare that it is almost becoming unsustainable.
Yeah, but why? I mean, it's going for the lowest hanging fruit. I mean, obviously, I'm going to feel very strongly about the cutting of PIP and what have you, although people with life-limiting illnesses might not directly be affected. Those around them will. I think there's a bigger question here as well. My parents voted Labour all their lives. They'd be spinning in their graves. I would like the Labour Party and the Conservatives to say, this is who we are and what we really stand for. Because I think a lot of people voted for a Labour Party of the past, our ideas in the past. It's not that same Labour Party.
Can I give you an example? So I got a call from a bloke, because we were talking about this, these cuts, but a call from a bloke on the show who said he and his husband bring in £6,000 a month between them. They both work full-time, so they're on good money. And they get £400 a month personal independence payments. They both work full-time. They both bring in... And I wonder whether there is a discussion there to be had about, well, can we continue to afford to pay?
Means testing.
Well, this is where I think we're heading.
It's when you see it in comparison to all the other government spends as well, like what's spent on the NHS. And, like, it suddenly seems huge.
It seems huge, but I've got to tell you that I think that the waste, as you say, sort of tinkering around the edges, £5 billion sounds like a lot, but in the context of, I don't know, HS2, which today...
Oh, don't even... I mean,
today...
And don't talk about taxing those at the top and the minuscule amounts of tax they pay as well.
HS2, £37 billion extra. And I love this detail. HS2 Limited spent £20,000 on a 15,000 brick Lego model of Old Oak Common Station. Now, I think people get much more angry and upset about that kind of wastage than means testing 400 quid. And that's just one example.
But I do think we need to know, I keep coming back to that, I would love the Labour Party to stand up and say, OK, whoever you think or whatever you think you are, we are, this is who we really are and who we stand for, because it's not the Labour Party of old, and I think a lot of people...
It's interesting, Trisha, quite a few people have got in touch with that. Stephen says, this government gives away money to other countries, they need to stop doing it. People didn't vote for Labour to take away from the most vulnerable. No. Angela says, I've worked all my life. At 57, had to stop due to severe damage to my joints and arthritis. PIP helps me pay for a gardener, cleaner, taxis, as I can't drive and I'm able to walk. If it's taken away, I will become a prisoner in my own home.
Yes.
I'm extremely worried about this. Pippa says, due to these cuts, I will lose almost everything. Nikki says, I was swapped from a higher level of care to standard PIP. I fought the change at tribunal, finally won back the correct care.
But the stress of doing that...
That's what she was saying. To live with it was agonising. I felt worthless. It made my condition worse. This will affect more people. The big question, though, and this is what Tom, I think, is getting at, how does the government afford it? Because
they're not. There are other areas they can tax. There are big businesses, there are big industries that, come on, let's be honest, they're not paying their way. They're not paying, you know, nearly as much tax as they should be. I mean, the old Labour governments of old would have spotted that and been onto that. I would just like the Labour Party to say, OK, we're different now. We're kind of like Conservative or something.
Yeah, interesting. OK, let's move on to our second story. Kate Silverton is in the news again because she's a former newsreader.
Yeah, she was the news.
Parenting expert. She's been on the show here.
Yeah, she has.
Talked about sort of how we should change our approach. It's an interesting one for you, this one, Trisha, because I know, of course, from your background as a counsellor as well, apparently we shouldn't be using the word naughty when we talk to children because it can create problematic behaviour.
I always believe in labelling the behaviour and not the person. Naughty's probably at the light end, but if you keep telling a child they're stupid or they don't know what they're doing, or, oh, gosh, that's you, you're always clumsy, it absolutely does set in their head and set a trend. If you talk about the behaviour and rather than labelling the child, it's a much better way to go.
So that's interesting. But it's the pattern, isn't it? If the repeated use of a word, whether it's naughty, which is at the lighter end, or some of those more specific words, and that's what she's saying. They assume that naughty is their whole identity.
Yes.
It leads to problematic behaviour, and according to the experts, Tom, it can affect self-esteem.
Well, I'm sure it can, and who am I to argue with the experts? But I do think, I just think, I mean, are we completely taking away from a 10-year-old child, an 11-year-old child, a 13-year-old, any responsibility for their own actions?
No, you talk about the actions. You say that was a stupid thing to do rather than you are stupid.
Yes, that's fine. But so if you say that behaviour was naughty, you have engaged in naughty behaviour.
No, you're not going to talk to the child like that.
I do. Put the tile. Child, son, you have engaged in some extreme naughty. No, we're very formal in our house, Trisha.
Gentle parenting, which is what this is considered, is a positive parenting approach that emphasises empathy, respect and understanding in the parent-child relationship.
Yes, I'd love to be like that all the time.
Is that realistic?
Nah.
Yeah, look, you can aim for it. You can have that in the back of the mind, but it's the constant labelling of a child's behaviour. Even if you're like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so pretty, you're so pretty all the time, especially to girls, it becomes they have to live up to that. Or, you know, if you ever have a relationship with a man who's been told that they're gorgeous their whole life...
Yeah. It's tough for us. It's tough.
Yeah. Mrs. Swarbrick struggles, doesn't she?
I mean, it's a daily struggle, actually.
It's with Tom and Trisha.
And we're starting by celebrating National Thank a Teacher Day with Jake Quickenden, who's joining us live from Perford Primary School in Surrey. Good morning, Jake.
Morning, Jake.
Morning, guys. You all right? Are you good?
We're very good, thank you. How's it going down there?
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm here at Perford Primary School. I'm joined by the kids. Make some noise, kids. We've already heard these guys sing so beautifully in their assembly, and today is National Thank a Teacher's Day, so we thought we're better to celebrate teachers from up and down the country for all the amazing work they do. And this school has received loads of messages from parents and from students, so we're going to hear a few now. Tabs, how are you? What year are you in, Tabs?
I'm in year 2.
Do you want to read your message?
Yes. To Mrs. Potter, thank you for helping me with my writing. Thank you for everything you've done for us and for helping me along the way. We all love you, Mrs. Potter.
That was beautiful. Well done. Caspian, your turn.
To Miss Wilson, thank you for being such a good teacher. You're so good at teaching, but also help people who are sad. You come up with great ideas that you let us use. You're so kind to everyone, including other teachers. You're the best, Miss Wilson.
Love that from you, Caspian. Amira, your turn.
To Mrs. Brockway, thank you so much for helping me with everything you've done for me, and thank you for supporting me in all I do. And I am so lucky to have you. You are the most encouraging person I've ever met, and fun as well. Love, Amira.
Jack, go on.
To Mrs. Steen, I just want to say thank you for being such a fun and kind teacher. I love your art and PE lessons. They're the best. You always make things exciting and make people feel happy. Thank you, from Jack.
Clara, last but not least.
To Mrs. Bull and all the teachers, thank you for helping me with my work and especially my writing. I wouldn't have got this far if you hadn't helped me. My maths has got better over the years too, and I'm very grateful for all the help that my teachers given me, from Clara.
You guys can all read better than me. That is unbelievable, guys. And if you want to thank a teacher at home, just visit thankateacher.co.uk. I'm also joined by Gavin Dutton, the head teacher here. Gavin, how proud are you of the kids?
I'm really proud of the children. They sang beautifully this morning and they've put so much time and effort into their dedication to their teachers today, so it's been great.
And for a teacher to receive a message of thanks, how does that make the teacher feel?
I mean, it's great to have that recognition of the fact that of all the hard work, time and dedication they put into what they do. They love what they do it because they love it, but it's nice to have it recognised by other people, so that's really fantastic.
And this is just a little snapshot. This is going on all over the country. Teachers are getting really good recognition, which is really important for teachers, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as I said, teachers love doing the job they do. They're incredibly dedicated to it, but getting that recognition counts for the early mornings, the late starts, the sports clubs, the staff meetings, the parents' evenings, all the things that we do in terms of the planning and the structure to make it work. So, yeah, it's been wonderful to get recognised and for everyone to have that.
Amazing. Gavin, thank you. Kids, thank you. Make some noise. And back to you guys in the studio. Make some noise!
Thank you, Jake. Well done to all those children.
Yeah, weren't they amazing?
Weren't they absolutely amazing? Lots of you getting in touch. Gemma says, I want to thank all the teachers at Cadder Primary. It's been an absolutely amazing school year for the kids. They've made some brilliant memories. And Mary says, thank you to Cherry Class for helping my daughter Amelia make so much progress with her speech. A special thanks to Amy and Diane for working tirelessly to support them. My daughter is autistic, and since moving to her specialist provision, she is thriving. Gemma says, everyone at Christchurch CV Primary School who go the extra mile for each of every child. We were talking earlier, weren't we, about the teachers that sort of inspired all of us for.
Yeah.
You mentioned your teacher at primary school.
My very first one, Miss Griffiths.
Miss Griffiths, then
who became Mrs. Cotrol.
Mrs. Cotrol, who was really, really sort of made a massive impact on my life,
was very, very kind. She made my first days at school really, really lovely. And we actually all ended up going to her wedding. We made, like, horseshoes for her. And we went and saw her come out of church.
I wonder what she'd make of you now and what you've managed to achieve.
I don't know.
Should we find out? Because we've got her.
No way.
There she is
now.
Oh,
my God.
Mrs. Carol Cotrol. Good morning, Mrs. Cotrol. How are you?
Morning.
Oh,
Hello,
no.
Mrs. Cotrol.
Katie. It's Katie. It's Katie.
Yes.
Because you know, of course, of Katie?
Yes, because my real name is Catherine, but my granddad always used to call me Katie and my mum and dad and stuff. Unless I was in trouble, then I was sometimes Catherine.
Mrs. Cotrol, what was Katie like at school?
Very enthusiastic, very kind child, always wanting to help, always wanting to be involved. Just actually an all-round superb person.
Can I ask, was she really chatty when she was little?
Well, she was very chatty and she did like some fun, but I have to say she was one of the children who would laugh at herself when she was making fun of anything. She would laugh at herself. But she's so enthusiastic, curious, and we always knew that she was going to end up somewhere like she is now.
Yeah, she's done
Mrs.
amazingly
Cotrol,
well.
That was lovely. I just remember coming to your wedding and we were so excited about it. And we made, like, horseshoes and wrapped them in tinfoil and wrapped, like, ribbons around them. I remember you coming out of the church and you were so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. But I remember quite a few of the children came, and I remember seeing your cat, as I've said there. But it's amazing when you're a teacher for some children to come to something like that. And it's like you work, but it's not work, is it? It's somebody's taken the time to come and see you.
Yeah. Miss Cotrol, are you still teaching now?
I'm not, actually, but I did stay at Grove Vale for 34 years. I had a year off. I had a year off when I finished, and then they persuaded me to come back for a day and a half a week, and it was just at COVID I stopped coming in. But I do still come in, and they very, very kindly asked me to give an award every year for writing, which is fabulous.
Oh, I just remember you being so glamorous as well, Mrs. Cotrol.
Still looks glamorous.
You
look
reminded me
wonderful.
of Princess Diana when she was young. You were so. How old were you when you started?
I was 21, and I think probably I taught you. I think I was probably about 23.
Yes,
probably.
Beautiful.
Well, look, thank you for letting us get in touch today and share a little memory
Thank you.
with our Katie here.
It was smashing. Thank you so much.
Is that a letter? And that's a letter that you wrote That's when you later.
Casey wrote, and just look at that handwriting, that letter. Fantastic.
Spoken like a true teacher.
Punctuation needs some work, but let's not get into that.
Such a
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Cotrol. Thank you so much.
Lovely to see you.
Bye, Mrs.
Lovely
Cotrol.
to see you. Thank you.
Love to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep those messages for your teachers coming in. We'll keep doing it throughout the show. We're here till 1 o'clock, so there's a lot of time. Let's talk about our next story. I'll get you.
No.
She's gone. She's gone.
I went a long time ago from when those little kids were talking about
I wonder
it.
what Pamela Anderson's teachers make of her career. Interestingly, that's not why we're talking about her, Tom, before you answer that.
Extraordinary segue.
It's because what she is saying, she thinks that AI and filters, Trisha, are making everyone look the same and looking boring.
I think Botox and everything else before it did all of that. I mean, Pamela is now all for natural beauty.
Yes, she is.
She did once have a boob job, didn't she? And then she had that undone, and then she experimented with Botox and what have you, and she's decided that's not the way to age, you know, gracefully, if you like. There is still a lot of ageism, especially against women.
Yes.
And we're sort of taught to want to look, I don't know, the same age and freeze in time and what have you. And there's a big industry behind it. So I think filters are the last in all of this. I mean, there's the Botox. They're all, you know, the beauty industry makes absolute billions in convincing us that we're not good enough looking like ourselves. And she's gone against that trend, that no makeup trend on the red carpet. And look, I commend her for it. But we were saying in makeup, I have a friend in Australia whose husband has never seen her without makeup. We're the same way.
She's strange.
She's 70 now.
Wow,
Never.
she's 70.
I went to see her after she had her first baby. And she had all her makeup on. And I was like, never seen her without her makeup. And somebody said, is it Gemma Kidd or one of the makeup? I can't remember.
Jodie or Gemma, yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
Gemma.
Gemma artist.
Has never seen her husband's never seen her without makeup. Or one of them. Yeah.
I think it's the first thing I do when I get home is take all my makeup
I
off.
know.
Paddy.
Me too.
Same.
But don't you think that some of it is that lots of women are starting to look the same too? Like, I don't know, when I was growing
Botox
up,
look.
I loved, like, people that looked a bit different too.
Distinctive.
That were, you know, that were kind of comfortable in their own skin as well. Like Barbara Streisand and Cher, like, they were all very different levels, different...
The 80s was big,
Homogenous
wasn't it?
look and homogenous way of thinking, because apparently AI is rendering our ability to think.
Oh, there's a second.
Well, we're trying our best. I can't follow in the footsteps of that. What does Pamela Anderson's teacher reckon? Don't know. Because apparently this AI thing, chatbots risk making people less intelligent by hampering their critical thinking skills. I asked ChatGPT whether it's making us less intelligent.
And it said you're an idiot.
It agreed.
It said you're an idiot.
Drip. Exactly. It's
said, Tom,
incredibly
there's no
rude.
hope for you.
There's nothing going on.
No,
it's a drip, drip, drip. If you don't know what questions to ask it will sort your life out at the moment's notice. You don't need to worry about anything or have any critical thinking skills. You just outsource your thinking to ChatGPT.
Do you remember when they had Encyclopedia Britannica, when the salesman used to come round? Our family saved up for a second.
I don't remember.
He's
Sorry.
significantly younger.
I don't remember.
Oh, OK.
Yeah. He doesn't look it, does he?
Once upon a time...
So there's Man Came with Books.
Man Came with Books.
Okay, give us a minute.
Encyclopedia Britannica. But the thing is, my parents saved up like crazy to get a second-hand.
And they bought you the books from the man with the...
But that was the way you got in door to door. That was the way you got your information. And when we were asked something at school... You had to go back and if you were lucky if you had it, weren't you?
Yes.
You'd leaf through, but on the way to finding out what you needed for your homework project, you would learn all sorts of interesting things around it. You know, things like AI now, all of that's cut out.
But was it a big moment when the big man with the big books came? Was there
no, you used to hide.
Van and had
if you got them, but often you'd only have half of it.
You had to pay.
So you find if you need anything up till H or I.
Amazing money maker.
People remember, surely.
Yeah, people,
It's just a revolution to Tom.
I just can't.
I'm just saying encyclopedias and things like that, when you had to go to a book or even looking online. You have to search out, and it makes you think.
You have to know the right questions to ask.
And you also find out other stuff around it. AI, no.
OK, well, here's a question that I'm going to ask you.
Thank you.
Is it OK to wear flip-flops to a film premiere?
Male or female?
Male.
So Jonathan Bailey, star of Jurassic
thank
Park,
you.
rocked up to the premiere last night.
Star of Jurassic
Park, the new one. There he is. There. This is. I wonder if you've got his whole look.
Wow.
His whole look was very laid back, I think, with his flip-flops.
Yes.
Can I give you the first thing? Jurassic Park's still going.
Yeah.
Amazing. They really should shut that park down. It's nothing but trouble. Do you know what I mean?
Worked it out.
It really got a problem there.
I think it looks OK. And actually, his feet don't look like claws or talons.
That is rough. I think if it's a work thing, for men, you can't wear flip-flops at work. You can't wear shorts at work.
Even if you're a movie star.
No, I don't.
You can't wear shorts at work.
I don't think. If you're... I'm going to get in trouble because, look, there he is. Oh, shorty McShort.
It depends what kind of work you do.
It is hot in here.
He's got his legs out.
There's lollies out.
There's legs all out. I just don't...
Martin Lewis was in yesterday.
In shorts.
In shorts, on the show in shorts. Knees everywhere.
He's taken seriously.
I'm trying to keep these in, never mind.
Well, that escalated.
My breastfeeding days are over.
They're gone.
I'm young as
Seemingly
you are.
not anymore.
No, but listen.
They're trying to make a break for it, Trisha.
Yeah,
No.
aspiration.
Stay, sit. No, the thing is, you can't wear. I don't think you should wear shorts or flip-flops or a back-to-front baseball cap
No, absolutely
in a restaurant.
Oh, wow.
And that look, apparently he was wearing...
What about if you're on the Riviera and it's something?
Yeah, on the beach.
Oh, that's all right.
But apparently...
I think that's an expensive flip-flop.
Oh,
Do you think? Oh, it looks...
I don't think it's a Havana.
Come on,
no,
that's
I think...
Tesco, says Florence.
No,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
no.
The middle aisle of Lidl, then.
No.
We're going to have to end this because, unfortunately, we're out of time. Much as I want to understand exactly how cheap Trisha thinks those... But look, can you just keep them there?
Just got to protect Trisha and her Goddard. Sorry,
Someone get the safety equipment.
sorry.
The Goddards are trying to make a break for it.
Let's see what happens in part 3.
Yes, they will be back.
Thank you. After the break,
Thank you
for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.